Hey, my friend, this is Nestor Nidome, and I'm back from my event over there on Denver. But one of the things that I learned, and they talked a lot, was about vision and how important it is for you to have one. And I don't want, I mean, I cannot emphasize the importance of having one. Myself, I started to sit down and actually write down step by step everything how I want my future to look like. I actually, put a timer on there and say, you know what, for the next hour, I'm gonna sit down here and I'm gonna write as clear as I can my vision. And I've done it a couple of times since then. But I mean, it's so powerful to actually just sit down and really think about, what you want. How do you want your future to look like? And we're talking about detail. We're talking about how do you want your day to day to go by. I mean, that's something that we don't even think about. We kind of like how does your day look like? Your normal day when you wake up. When you wake up, where do you have breakfast? Do you go out to a restaurant or do you stay home? I mean, do you make it or you have somebody else make it, right? I mean, after that, where do you live? What kind of neighborhood do you live? Where? What kind of house? How does it look like? What kind of car do you drive? Do you work from home or are you, driving still to a job while you're building your business? Everything, every single detail, I mean, to the last, to everything. Because you have to understand that in order for this to work, you have to be as detailed as you can, and then write it down so you can read it every day, twice a day, when you wake up and when you go to sleep, because that's gonna ingrain on you what you want. There's no way for you to get somewhere without knowing where you want to go first. It's like trying to go to a destination like Vegas or something, and just taking the first road and saying, hey, well, let's see if it gets me there, right? But then the Vegas is kind of blurry, so all of a sudden you change your mind, and you're on your way. You're a couple hours into it, and then all of a sudden you're like, hey, you know what? I don't know, man. Maybe Disney World sounds kind of good. And maybe it's a little bit farther, but you don't know that. You just think, yeah, it's good. So you like, okay, this road looks good. I'm just gonna take this road. Let's see if it takes me there, right? So that's what a lot of people are doing, and that's what I was doing, as well, because I was just driving all over the place, and really didn't never know what where to go, right? But I mean, the first time I saw, like the vision, the first time I really saw, like, what this thing works, was back when I purchased my house. And before then I was all over the place. I kind of knew I wanted a house. My wife and I, we knew we wanted a house, so we were kind of like, okay, off and on. What do we need? Down payment, blah blah blah, all that good stuff. But it wasn't until I sat down and actually wrote it down and say, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do. I want a house. It was about 3 months before December, and I told my wife, you know what, by December we're gonna have a house. And she was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? I was like, yeah, but we're gonna spend our Christmas in our house, in our home. With our daughter. I mean, that's it. I'm tired of, being in an apartment, sharing an apartment actually with my wife's brother and stuff. I mean, they're nice people, don't get me wrong, but it just, we wanted our own space. So I was like, you know what, in 3 months we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. So I sat down and I'm like, okay, how are we gonna do this? What do I need? For first of all, I kind of thought about, okay, what kind of house do I want? So I kind of pictured the house, and I wrote it down, and then I started writing the steps back. It's like, so what do I need? Okay, so first of all, in order to close the house, you need to close it, right? So you need to have it. You need to have all the paperwork done. So I said, you know what? For the first month, from here to the next month, we're just gonna concentrate on basically applying for a loan and getting qualified, pre-qualified, right? Checking everything we need. How much money do we need for a down payment? How much money do we need to close those papers? Real estate agent, all that good stuff, right? So for the first month, that's what I thought. That's all I thought. I was like, the first month, that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna spend the whole month, just basically pre-qualifying and having all the necessary stuff, because the second month we're gonna spend a whole month basically looking for the house, driving around, making sure that it's a house, and putting some offers into the houses, right, and getting our house accepted in the second month. So by the third month, I was like, you know what, by the third month, we're gonna close all the paperwork, everything's gonna be going good, and by the end of the month, we're gonna have it. Our keys are gonna be in our hand, and then we're gonna spend Christmas here. So I mean, so that was my vision. It was clear, and I kept thinking of that. 3 months. Okay, this is the first month. Boom, boom. This is what we gotta do. And it happened exactly. It happened exactly the way that I thought. I'm pretty sure that if I would have said a month, and I would have said, okay, this first week, second week, it would have happened faster. Would have happened faster, but it happened almost to the T. I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, you don't know how incredible it was that it happens just exactly how you planned it, and because it was clear. So my whole mind was, okay, it's clear. I mean, this is how exactly it happened. That at the end of the month, when we were closing our paperwork, that the guy said, oh, it takes around 30 days to close him. So I was like, okay, good. It goes with my plan. And then all of a sudden he says, you know what? Everything's going really good. We're actually gonna be able to close in 2 weeks. And I was like, wow. It's like cool. He's like maybe less. I was like, wow. It's gonna be only like a week and a half to 2 weeks. And he's like, yeah. As long as everything works well. So I was like, pretty cool, man. But I was still thinking, hey, it's a month, right? So we could have closed in 2 weeks, but because my vision was 3 months, it didn't end up like that. We kind of got into some little complications here and there. So it extended the whole thing almost to the date of what I was thinking. I mean, that was like so incredible. I mean, we could have done it earlier, but because my vision was in the 3 months, it happened in 3 months. I mean, I just want to show you the power of vision, that you can actually make it earlier if you want to, make it faster. It's just, what do you believe? And my belief was that it was going to take me 3 months for the whole process, first month, second month, and third month. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, even in the second month, when we were looking for a house, we were kind of getting desperate because it was coming up to the month, and we couldn't get any other houses accepted, any of the offers. So I was like, wow, it's kind of like, but almost towards the end of the month, boom, our house was accepted. The offer was accepted. I mean, it was incredible because we were like putting offers and offers and offers like that, looking for houses, and nothing was accepted until the end of the month. I mean, it happens to the T. So that's why, my friend, that's why the message today is vision. Write it down. Be as clear as you can. I'm already doing it. I mean, I just got this, cheap little folder right here, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna write it down. And I've been writing it down, and now I have it in my computer, and now I'm saying it every day, twice a day, and I know I'm using the same thing, because I've used like vision before, but not as I never really like focused on it until that time when I was buying my house. So I was like, you know what? I mean, if it worked to the T right there, I know it's gonna work here. So that's kind of the message for today. So what I want you to do is comment on me about what your vision is. Comment what's your vision. How does that future look for you? Or at least just put I've done it already. Or I'm working on it. I want to see comments on these things. But also, if you like this video, like it, push the like. And if you got any kind of value out of it, then awesome, great. And share this video with people, with your friends, because other people need to hear the power of vision. That's the power of vision. And if you, my friend, want a little bit of help in writing your vision and how this works, a little bit more detail, just go ahead and message me. Give me a private message or something, PM me, and I'll work with you. I'll give you some stuff. How to work these visions. All right, my friend, thank you for joining me on this video for such a long. I know sometimes my videos go a little bit longer than expected, but thank you for hanging in there. And this is Nestor signing off.